since DDP appears to be injured, Borralho's looking to fight Khamzat Chimaev, and he says Khamzat said yes. Only thing that makes sense now is an interim belt. This fight's going to be bigger than him versus Dricus, mark my words. I don't think they need an interim title. I don't think it's going to be bigger than him versus Dricus, but it'd be a pretty good fight if they put it together. Maybe International Fight Week if they actually do it. As far as how that fight would go from Borralho's perspective, he says he won't finish Chimaev if they fight. He says it'd be a strategic 5-round decision. He mentions that the first round will be tough and it gets easier as the fight goes on. I mean, that's true. That first round with Khamzat is definitely a storm that needs to be weathered. If you can survive that, it could get better after that. But Borralho has trained with Khamzat in the past, so he knows what it's like training with him. I do respect Borralho because he says that Khamzat's the toughest guy he's trained with, but that's the guy he wants to fight.
So you've trained with Borralho, you trained with Khamzat Chimaev. Who's the toughest guy you've ever trained with? Who's giving you the most fits inside the practice room?
For sure, the hardest guy to train is Khamzat. He's a very hard guy to train, but his style, his wrestling background, he's very good at wrestling. He goes hard all the rounds. I think he's one of the hardest training to do, you know. I've been training with Sean Strickland and Curtis. He's very tough guys, the hard training. Training with Sean Strickland is very hard too because he always push you forward, like screaming at your face and stuff. But I think Khamzat is the guy who is most difficult to train with, for sure. But he's the guy that I developed myself most, you know. So.
Khalil Roundtree says the Pereira that fought Ankalaev wasn't the same Pereira who fought him. I mean, it could be the case, or it could just be that Ankalaev fought really well and caused Alex to not fight like he normally does.
Now, that night was a different Alex that walked out the night that him and I fought. I just saw that because I know what it's like to be there in the cage and then this guy's coming in there, you know, like I remember that. I remember that day every day. So when I saw him walking out for Ankalaev, I just saw like a different guy. I know that sometimes he'll take his time. He'll do the calf kicks, you know, he'll kind of read the movements of the opponents. But, you know, after the second, third round, when I saw that he really wasn't attacking, and the rest of my like experience of the fight was just I watched it in frustration. You know, I was just like, I couldn't even really watch it. I was like, I don't understand, like what's going on, because it shouldn't be like this. It doesn't have to be like this. You know, so I don't know how I scored it. I just saw it and I was like, kind of confused because I was expecting the same guy that came in and fought me to go in there and do the same thing. I wanted to see what that experience was like from the outside, you know, like kind of gauge that. Like, okay, yeah, I remember being in there, like, and I was like, no, it was nothing like this when I was in there. Like, what the heck?
Some UFC stars were at WrestleMania, like Merab Dvalishvili, Daniel Cormier, and Colby Covington.
What do you guys think about KSI being scared to fight Dylan Dennis, man? He's pulling out of the Dylan Dennis fight. That guy doesn't even know how to throw a punch. Dylan Dennis couldn't punch his way out of a wet paper bag, and that's truth. He's a jiu-jitsu fighter, supposedly. That's what he tells everybody. That's what he told Conor McGregor, but that's why Conor dropped his ass, because Dylan Dennis is fake, and he's got no fucking ability to be a real fighter.
I just don't get how you're going to keep flexing that you know somebody, but the dude don't even putt with you like that.
Yeah, right?
It's like, I don't know what you're doing, bro. Right? You're a grown-ass man. Come on.
Grown-ass man riding in another dude's meat for a form of transportation.
The dude meat you riding does not even look like...
Ian Garry says, I'm going to knock out Carlos Prates April 26th, and I'm going to go to Canada, and I'm going to make sure that whoever wins that fight between Bilal and JDM faces off against me in that octagon, and I'm going to fight for the belt. That's my plan. Garry might win. He's the favorite. A knockout is maybe less likely than a decision for him. Prates, if he wins, has a better chance of a KO, but you never know. They're both decent strikers.
first, right?
That was a nice one.
So, Ben, how was your first ride? You handled like a champ, though. You just got right back up and we're going. I'm also a bad boyfriend because I don't give a protective gear, but next ride, full Iron Man get up.
Who is your favorite fighter? Terrence Crawford, Shakur Stevenson. I like Inoue, man. He's growing on me. He's growing on me. That dude got some stuff.
The camera. Oh, that's a great fighter. She's there close. Look, his legs are not steady. He's sitting down on the rope. The camera has been stopped. Jumped in and stopped the
It was the 6 months out, you know, little things. Stuff like my brother had 2 daughters, and I couldn't really enjoy it too much because what I was going through online. And it didn't really bother me, but it was like even close friends, people that I classed as family left me. They had a lot to say about me. But it was a great time to really just go back to the old Ben Waker, you know. Before the Olympics, I locked in, I trained hard, and I dedicated to the sport. My life was moving, 100 miles an hour. Like I said, I come from a humble household where not a lot of stuff really was given to us. So to be in the position of everything coming at me at free will, it was amazing, it was good. But that 6 months out really humbled me, got me closer to God. And the people around me, the small people I had around me was just what I needed.
See that was disgusting, that. Like, he got wobbled like slightly. Didn't go down once. You know, in the UFC, people are getting their heads punched in the canvas, knocked out, and waking back up and fighting on. Boxing, that's a joke. Honestly, that needs to be appealed at with this boxing boy control. Never even went down, do you know what I mean? He got wobbled, he covered it up, not much big landed. Ref stopped the fight. It's a bit of a fix, to be honest. Howell Foster getting a little backhander off Ben Shalom.
And Pascal Kraus.
Zarek Nibrito. Joe K-san. Again. One more.